She'll begin with an opening statement, and then we'll go to questions. Coach?
Yeah, obviously I'm excited we're walking out of here with a win. We knew that was going to be a really tough game. That is a veteran team, that is a championship team, so they know how to win. And they've got good, solid players. They're very well coached, and they're disciplined, and they're tough. So I'm proud of our team for finding a way to win. We obviously have a lot of things we have to work on, and we've got to continue to make headway each and every day to be the best team we can possibly be.
Start with Maria.
Coach, I know you know this question's coming, the status of Jordan Horston, and then what your players were saying, it was almost good to have a short turnaround and get back onto the court. Would you agree with that in terms of putting that loss behind you? But first, Jordan, of course.
Yeah, Jordan. So she has a lower leg injury. We're evaluating her. I'll know a little bit more tomorrow. I actually haven't even been able to see her yet. So.
Cora?
I'm sorry. Let me answer the rest of your question. Yes, I agree. I tell you, as a player, the best thing to happen after a loss is another game. And we, fortunately, we had one quick after the game on Tuesday. And our players were able to handle the quick turnaround and get prepared for this game.
Kellie, you told us at media day the rebounding wasn't where you wanted to be. Obviously, that showed up tonight. Have you seen progress in that? Do you have a feeling of why that's kind of still a lingering issue right now?
Yeah, tonight it was an issue on both ends of the court. I felt like our offensive board play was where we were lacking, but obviously tonight I felt like it was on both ends of the court. Defensively, they were shooting long shots. We weren't being disciplined with our box outs. They were going over our head, and they were out hustling us for those boards. So that's a concern. We've got to have better habits and be technically correct defensively with our box outs. Offensively, we're still looking at things. We're still trying to find ways to get us in position for boards. I think our spacing offensively has been really good, but I think some of that has negatively affected our rebounding.
Go next to Chloe, followed by Lulu.
Can you talk about the team, especially Rakia and Tamari, and how they were able to step in and step up when Jordan went out?
Yeah, I thought you really got to see Rakia get going, and she had a couple of really big boards there late that got her to the free throw line. I thought it was good. Tamari, I thought had some really good plays where she went after the ball. She attacked the ball, went and got it. She saved a turnover and got a bucket out of it. So I thought her effort probably even better in the second half. So that was some good positive things to see.
Go with Lulu, right front.
Sam Green's was coming off a 31-point game on Monday. I imagine you kind of had some sort of game plan for her. You held her to 18 points tonight. I'm just kind of curious what you thought of your team's defensive performance on her specifically.
Right. Well, there's a couple different things. I think scheme-wise, what we were trying to do, I thought we did a pretty good job. We were trying to limit her touches on the block, and I thought we did that. Where we did not do as well, she was able to find a couple pick and pops that we just did. Our rotation, we were just too slow. We didn't see it. And then she got 1-3 off an offensive board and kick out. And then she just makes good plays elsewhere. You're not going to hold her scoreless. She can just find a bucket. And but I thought in terms of our scheme, I thought we did a good job. We just had breakdowns in some other areas.
Nathan.
I apologize. I have a two-part question. How did the scheduling of this game come about? Was there a certain thing that appealed to you about getting a UMass on your schedule early in the season? And then what does it mean to be the coach of a team who other teams use as sort of proven material?
Yeah, right. So the scheduling is one of those things that just, I remember being presented with this opportunity, knew this was a really good game. They're going to be they easily could be an NCAA tournament team. So we knew it was going to be a tough game. That's what we were trying to do with our schedule, and felt like we'll go ahead and do it. The timing of it, we had to play it tonight, so may have been a little quicker than we would have liked after our Ohio State game. And I think when you're the team that everybody's looking at, they circle your game on their schedule. You have to embrace that as a team. You have to understand what that means. It means that everyone is going to play their best against you because they want that opportunity to be that team to knock you off, or and I think it's important that our team understands you cannot take a night off, not when you have that target. And I think even broader, that means we have to have good practices every single day. You can't take a practice off because that carries over to games.
Go next to Cora, Tyler, then Frank.
Obviously, Rakia Jackson had played a game since January on Tuesday. Not her best night, but to see her come back tonight and really fill the void after Horston went out, especially on the rebounding. How happy are you with her, I guess, quote unquote, showing up already now, looking at the player she was last season?
Yeah, we've obviously seen her in practice all summer and all fall, and we've been able to see how talented she is. She's really good, and even really good players have off nights and have tough nights, and that's what we saw on Tuesday. But I think she's a gamer. Boy, she loves to play, and you get to see her really get going tonight, and she can play multiple positions, and she's just so smooth and fun to watch.
Next to Tyler.
Tess Darby hit up there a little bit from three. How much does that complement your offense when she's out there doing that? How much does it help?
Well, if you look at the stats, and the plus minus big winner on the night is Tess Darby. We play well when she's on the court. She shoots the ball well. Her teammates have confidence in her. She communicates well. She's easy to play with, and I think when she's out there, she does a good job. I thought she did a good job today, and she's been shooting the ball really well in practice. So her stepping out and making them is not a surprise. It's the expected result.
Frank in the back, and then Maria.
With so much talent on this team, it's easy to have a deep bench, but how do you explore the rotation, kind of maximize the talent?
That is probably the toughest thing right now, is the coach trying to figure out the combinations and the rotations, and I think it's going to be sometimes game by game. Well, a great example of that is Brooklyn Miles doesn't play in the first half. Jordan Horston doesn't play. We need another guard. We put her in the second, and I thought she was very effective. So I think each game we're going to be able to evaluate how our bench is playing, and not just our bench, our team, how our players are playing, and go with the folks that work that night. And it may be different due to matchups every night, and maybe different due to what we need. Maybe we need more defensive heavy. Maybe we need more shooters one game. So I think it's gonna change every game.
Maria.
You kind of just addressed that. I was going to ask about the offense and the combinations. The team just still seems to be a work in progress on both ends. On defense, sometimes I don't really hear them talk, and I'm used to hearing Tennessee teams talk a lot on defense. Are they still just getting so used to each other and the different combinations and the new faces?
I think we're quiet by nature. I think a lot of our players are not vocal, and we're working on that. We're trying to become a more vocal basketball team, because I think you can get energy there. It eliminates a lot of confusion, especially on the defensive end. Offensively, we have 18 turnovers, and we only have 11 offensive boards, and we scored 74 points. So we're finding a way to put the ball in the hole. I think if we can clean up the turnovers, obviously now this is 2 games, we've got to clean that up. These are I don't feel like we've seen these type turnovers in our practices, so we've got to put them in situations where maybe there's a little bit more duress in practices, so that when we come out, we can make better plays offensively.
Cora.
Jasmine Powell may not have had the high scoring night tonight, but 7 assists. She helped out with 4 rebounds. What can you say about, I guess, her decision making tonight and really, 7 assists on offense?
Yeah, I think she's playing well. She has playing with confidence. And I thought she did a really good job tonight communicating with me and trying to get the team where they needed to be in terms of what we were doing offensively and defensively. They played a lot of zone, so I thought we got a little stagnant there, but our pace helped in those moments, and I thought Jasmine Powell was the reason our pace was good, and then she was tough defensively as well. So she did a nice job.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.